Talk to me a little bit about the waiver process. How much time do you spend, or did you spend, personally involved in that process, reviewing it, deciding who gets a waiver and who doesn't?
Not a lot of personal time, state by state. Some where there were tough calls, staff would bring that, where there were things around the fence, but where it was a pretty clear yes and no, I spent less time. Spent a lot of personal time trying to think about what were the tenets, what was the philosophy behind the waivers, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to move away from with
okay.
left behind.
I appreciate that. And the reason for my question is because, and you and I have had now 2 personal phone calls, and which I, as I said in the phone calls, and I'll say on the record here, I greatly appreciate it. And regarding this administration, you're one of the ones that I think I can really communicate with and reason with and have a relationship with, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for it. But now I'm seeing some letters that are coming, and I doubt you're writing them. But we're, if you're the head of an organization, you're creating the culture. We're finding that out all around this country now in different places, especially the federal government. And the letters don't track our personal phone conversations in this respect. Back in 2012, we asked to see your schedule for the purpose of determining, because we have oversight over No Child Left Behind, and waivers circumvent No Child Left Behind. You can argue if that's good or bad. That's not the point of my question. But we have a duty here to see what the department's spending its time on and what you're spending your time on with regard to these waivers, which, again, circumvent federal law. And we got an objection to that looking at your schedule. Then I see a letter that where you sent a letter to the states that received waivers asking about the implementation process. That's the letter we sent. Then you felt the need to send a letter instructing the states that the department has been transparent and assumed every other state would check with their legal counsel in responding to this committee's letter, just like you did when you responded to our letter. Now, there's different ways. You can't read into context of letters, but you could take that to mean that was almost like a subtle threat. Check with your counsel. Don't have to respond to these people here until you've checked with your counsel and determine what's appropriate or not. Can you clear that up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm both. So to be clear, I wasn't even aware of the request in my schedule, but I think it'd be hard to look at my schedule and know what time to spend.
It was a June 25th, 2012 letter, and I'll reintroduce it to the record
that's fine.
Without objection.
Happy to give information. It's helpful. My point is looking at my schedule would not – it's a difficult way to figure out how much time, whether it's in meetings, doesn't know what the title of the meeting is, how much time at night I'm spending thinking about this. To me, it seems like a ham-handed way, frankly, to try and get at an issue. If you have a direct question, happy to answer any question.
Well, okay. Would you send your schedule and then add to it a narrative about, hey, I'm spending this round figures, this kind of time, this much time?
It'd be a wild guess. We spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Could you try to re-answer the question then and give it a date certain when you give us an answer?
Happy to look again. Don't know the details. Not quite sure.
How much time do you need?
Not quite sure what the intent of the question. What do you?
Anything you can ask. You can look at your schedule yourself, refresh your memory, and just give us a ballpark figure how much personal time you spend or are spending on these waivers.
Okay. And again, just to be clear, spent a lot of time thinking about the philosophy behind them. Have spent less time on individual waivers. Just to be real clear.
What date might we expect something?
I'm not. I'll check it. Not sure. Happy to look.
You can't give us a date.
No, I can't.
A month?
I can't give you a date. It's
2 months.
It's an odd request, sir. I don't quite understand.
It shouldn't be that odd of a request to understand when we're circumventing federal law how much time you're personally spending on these decisions. Okay. I don't think that's a crazy question. I don't know.
The first time I had that question in 4-something years, so that's why I'm a little taken aback. Never had that question before in any setting.
Okay. So, well, it was asked first in June of 2012. Yeah. So I'm running out of time. Let me move on.
Then the other one, just to be clear, obviously zero intent to do whatever. Frankly, states were a little worried when they received that letter, and we have good relationships with virtually every state, and we were trying to say sort of actually to mitigate, to knock down the worry. And the Chairman asked me lots of questions, trying to give lots of answers. He asked me some questions a couple of days ago, got him some answers today, and we have a good trusting relationship. But frankly, it was scary to some states, and we were trying to reduce the level of.
I appreciate that. On Common Core, I know you got one question there today on that. The standard is for you to adopt college and career-ready standards that are common to a significant number of states. That's the language. Is there any other standard other than Common Core that would suffice
No,
in order.
We'll have to, the gentleman's time has expired.
No, that's an important one. I just beg really quickly, because
I'm sorry, the gentleman's time has expired. We'll take it for the record, or I'll give you a chance later, Mr. Secretary.
I need to take the chance because that's factually incorrect. So I need to be really clear.
Noted.